One of my Facebook friends asked me a question, and the question was, "Is you ready? Well, are you ready for the return of Jesus?" And the first thing came to my mind was, "Hell no, I ain't ready for that." But then I started thinking about it, and I just got to thinking real deep about it. I was like, the question ain't, am I ready for Jesus to return? The question really to me is, will I recognize Jesus? Am I worthy to even know Jesus when he returned? And that was like something that was just sticking in my head. I was like, shoot, forget if he come back. Am I gonna recognize, or if I'm gonna know him when when he's in my presence? So that was like something that just had been sticking with me that whole day. And I was like, man, am I really worthy of it? Because I started thinking, just imagine if a person came to you and told you that they was the son of God, that they was Jesus, and what would you think? And how would you look at that person? What would you say to that person? You know, the average person will look at the person and be like, man, you crazy as hell. You ain't know, you would be considered crazy to even be walking around talking about you, Jesus. So the thing is, all right, we already know we ain't gonna recognize Jesus. And that's the thing. Will we be able to recognize Jesus when he returns? That's the number one question right there. Will you am I worthy enough to even know Jesus when he returns? Have I put in the work to know Jesus when he returns? See, that's the challenge right there. Have I purified myself enough to have that connection? Truly have that connection in my heart that I'm connected with. Because I can say I believe in Jesus and I love Jesus all day, every day. But am I worthy enough to know Jesus? Am I really worthy enough to know Jesus? I know the things that Jesus do for me. I know the things that God do for me. But am I worthy of that though? And that's like should be our main focus. Am I prepared to deal with Jesus when Jesus returns? Am I prepared to handle that? Will I know Jesus? Will he accept me? Because that's the thing. If I don't know Jesus, then Jesus, 9 times 10, Jesus, I'm unaccepted anyway, because I'm not a true believer. So that should be the number one focus. Am I spiritually prepared to know Jesus? Am I that connected to know Jesus when Jesus returns? That's the number one question. Am I that connect? Am I connected enough? If I'm spiritually connected enough to know Jesus when he returns? Because I know right now, if somebody came to me and told me they was Jesus, the doubt. And I don't think it would be a visual. I don't think Jesus would be a visual, you know, because the devil has tricked us so much and manipulated our thoughts in our mindset so much that we looking for something that ain't going we'll never get. So we've been distracted for a long time. For a long time. And the thing is, we got to figure out how to connect. And I think that's the challenge. I know for me, that's the challenge, is how to truly connect. That's a real challenge, to really get that type of connection to where I know, to where, and I'm to the point where I read on if you're around when that time pop off, it's gonna be a tight fight. So you wanna go there before it come to you. But think about that though. Are we worthy enough to even know the Messiah when he returns? Looking at myself, I'm gonna be honest with you. I ain't put in enough work. I really ain't put in enough work to have that much recognition. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna fight these last days trying, but that's gonna be a hard one. And I know it ain't just me. And the question is, am I worthy? Am I worthy enough to know him? Because I don't think it's a visual. I think it's a spiritual connection. And that's just me. That's just the way I think now. Everybody got their way of thinking, but that's gonna be a hard one right there. And I don't think nobody wanna face that one. So it'll be a blessing to not even have to deal with that or even have to go through that. But tell me what y'all think.